People couldn't see my potential, so I had to show them.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we not rethinking this?
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
Do you have prediabetes? If you do, you're not alone. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, and more than 80% don't know they have it. Prediabetes is a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. But now, North Carolina residents with prediabetes can enroll in a free or low-cost national diabetes prevention program. You can make healthy changes with support from this proven program. Get started now at joinaprogram.org.
And is this with the doctor or is this with the nurse practitioner? Fantastic. Dad, lunch. Got some soup for you.
You are loved.
Oh, you. Look at those freckles.
This was very much.
You are valued. You are strong. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving.
Hey everyone, this is Anna with the Anna Linzie Show. I am your host. I'm here every Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I am excited because I have my good friend Andrew Rodriguez in the house. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, you're welcome. You are the founder. Andrew's the founder of Red Ink Incorporated.
Right.
Brand. It's a clothing brand, right?
Right.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate it. I'm excited.
You excited?
Yeah.
Good. You know, we met at an event, and as soon as we met, we instantly connected on so many levels, and one is through your desire to help out others. And you have a story. You have a story behind it all, and I definitely want to share. And I wanted to share and have you on the show. Who you are and what you're doing, because I think it's meaningful, it's powerful, and it's impactful.
Right. Yeah.
You're done a lot.
I appreciate it.
So with that being said, I want to share with the audience here the vision behind your brand, and I think that your bio here says a lot about the vision and behind what you do and what you come to do. Okay, Andrew, he is the founder of Red Ink Incorporated. He said, "I am passionate about making a difference in people's life through the power of entrepreneurship." With Red Ink, I have developed a groundbreaking brand that gives hope to individuals facing daily challenges. Our brand is designed to inspire, motivate, and uplift those who use it. Every day, we are bombarded with negativity, stress, and self-doubt. Red Ink aims to change that narrative by providing a simple solution that empowers individuals to believe in themselves and their abilities. I genuinely believe that with Red Ink, we can make a real impact on people's lives. So if you're ready to regain control of your mindset and unlock your full potential, I invite you to join the Red Ink community. Together, let's spread hope and create a brighter future. And then you're going to say thank you for taking the time to learn about Red Ink. You can visit your website today and experience the power of our transformative lives firsthand. Take the first step towards a more positive and fulfilling life. So to me, Andrew, what this sounds like, it sounds like not just a brand. This sounds like a
It's a movement.
A movement.
Yeah, it's a movement. I always say, a lot of people say, we support small brands, and I, correct them by saying, you're not just supporting a small brand, you're investing in the movement for the future. You know what I mean?
Yes. So, which makes what you're doing more impactful.
Right.
And it's not just all about me, but it's about cause and purpose.
Yeah, a lot of people do vanity stunts and stuff like that because they want to start a clothing brand, and they, it's a vanity thing. My thing is you can actually talk to people with what you wear. And it's a statement of what you're wearing to encourage other people to, have a better day, have a better life, have a better marriage, have a better, so on and so forth.
And you as the spokesperson, in the face of your brand, and the visionary of your brand, you are out there doing just that.
Right.
Yes. I know that you've been encountered with, and we're going to talk about it more, but you had some real powerful connections and encounters with the mayor.
Right.
Is that
Right, yeah.
Bumby is supporting you.
Big Pokey before he passed away, rest in peace. And it's just, Mayweather's father, him too. It's just a lot of people when they hear about, what I'm doing and what I got going on, a lot of people want to be a part of it just for the reason. You know what I'm saying? And plus, it's cool.
Yes.
It's cool the way anyway, so.
It is. I was checking that out. I'm definitely going to get that one that has that symbol. Is that lamp? What is it? Just has that symbol. There's different types of symbols.
Oh, yeah. So it's the ink vial
Okay.
with the feather pen.
What's that about?
So it's called the Words in Red Incorporated, right? The Words in Red, when you read the Bible, is when Jesus is talking. So the reason, so it's like red ink, but I couldn't use the K because somebody already had it, so I just put incorporated behind there so you can still say red ink.
That's awesome. See, look at that. Look how powerful it is. And I didn't even know what it meant, but just the the story behind it. But I was like, I'm getting one of those hats. Because you have these for women and men.
Both,
right?
yeah.
And
Working out, weather, turtlenecks, so I want to hit every part of everybody's life.
look, when I went on your website and I seen where you dressed it up, where you had the hat, and you had the fur coat with it. Did you put it together?
I do, yeah, I do.
So you got fashion.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It's a message, but the fashion's there.
Definitely there. I've always been into like that. I never always was able to afford it, but I was always,
Fashion was something you.
Well, when growing up in the 80s, we looked up to, the neighborhood stars. I was taller like that. And a lot of people were like, oh man, did you see so talent? Did you see what he was trying to see that new Lincoln he got? And it's me, I'm like, man, did you see that new Adidas suit that he had on? Did you see that Dookie Rope chain that he had on? So that's the shoes and the Jordans, and what I'm saying? That always spoke to me a lot more than whatever you're driving.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what they're wearing.
What they're wearing,
Yeah.
because I also see fashion is something that you have an eye for. I was looking too where you had the hat, and then you not only just presented just the hat, but you put the shoes with it, so that you can be like, oh yeah, I see the full vision on it. But also seeing you, I knew it was your. Well, I was thinking it was your vision behind it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, your look.
Right.
Your look and your eye. So, I have a fashion boutique myself, so what fashion person?
Yeah, no doubt, yeah.
Do you think you're going to do fashion shows?
You know what? I want to do that. I heard that we can hook up with the coolers here in Houston, and they usually have like fashion shows and stuff like that. And I wanted to see if the Galleria can open up, their hall for me too.
Yeah.
So I got the DJs, I got everybody just waiting. I'm just trying to get a place to do it, enough clothes, enough models, But yeah, I definitely want to do a show.
That would be exciting. I can't wait for that.
Appreciate
Wait for
it.
that.
Well, I'll be definitely invited.
Oh, I'm going to be there first row.
Right. Hey.
Cheering you on. Cheering you on.
Appreciate it.
That's awesome. So, we talked about, again, we've been behind the scenes, getting to know each other even more. We read your bio, but I told you about my birthday. You ready for it?
Okay,
You ready for the
yeah.
birthday? Okay. So, again, I'm going to give you one word,
Okay.
and you're going to tell me what the first thing that comes to mind.
First thing.
First thing that comes to mind. Struggle.
Me. I think of me in the struggle.
Really?
So yeah, I take that very personal. Like when people say struggle, I know it. I know all about it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, you. Okay. Life.
Heavens.
Heavens?
The heavens. Yeah.
Heavens here, or is it heaven
We can
there?
have heaven here. Yeah, we can have heaven here. So just like the morning, the sun, everything. It's just that's life. And I love it. And I love it now. I say I love it now.
Yeah.
Before I didn't used to, but I love it now.
Yeah, and that's what that transformation's about, right? When you, on many levels, just growing up, maturing, but
Right.
also when you you connect spiritually.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I love it. Triumph.
Soldier. Yeah, and when I say triumph, I picture like a soldier fighting, but not like a soldier like nowadays soldier. I picture like a 300 kind of like you know what I mean, like conquering, you know what I mean, but for the right reasons,
Right.
not just the tyranny.
Yeah. Like a just a knight.
Right. Yeah, shining armor.
Shining armor.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You're pretty big on some stuff here. Big life. Vision.
Future.
Future.
Yeah, you gotta have vision for the future. You have to have vision. Dr. Gary Allen always says, you buy a box, a setup, like a bicycle, right? Because it's all in pieces.
Yeah.
But you see the vision in the front of what it's supposed to look like, and it can be frustrating putting that bike together because it got springs and extra parts and stuff. But once you see that vision, you know what it looks like until the end, so you won't give up until you see it, until it's done.
You're getting there. You gotta
Right. So future.
future. You're gonna do what it takes to get there.
That's right.
That's it. People.
Love.
Yeah.
And why I say that because I love everyone. I may not like everyone because a lot of people, we're crazy.
Yeah.
We all are. But, we're different and stuff like that. But when I see people, I see love. I have to love them.
See beyond, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you
All
got
kind of
to.
ways.
You got to.
Because I know that you're, like I said, you're in the trenches and you gotta have enough to give to someone else.
Yeah, because I see their pain. I see their pain and I know where they come from. And, some of them don't want to admit it or not. But, man, we all been through something. And I know a lot of people, we can't have therapy class. What you been, But at the same time, be the light, be the love that you to give them. And maybe one day they can remember that. There's a story about a man going to the bridge to jump off. He was going to kill himself. And he had a note in his pocket when they found his body. And they took the note and they read it and they said, I would not kill myself if I get one smile from a person. And obviously he didn't get that one smile. So to me, I want to smile at everybody to let you know, and bring that love.
That's impactful because I've never heard that story.
Yeah. I'll never forget it.
Where'd you hear it from?
I had to read it somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know
But
exactly
it sticks with you.
Yeah, because I read that a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, if somebody would have just smiled at him, he would have not killed himself. But he gave up on humanity. And I'll never do that. I'll never give up on humanity.
When you think about it, Andrew, some people, we all have strengths and weaknesses, and we come through some things like you said. And for those of us who allowed it to build us, that's what it does. But then some people, they're not strong.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
And we have
Or they don't know they're strong enough.
They don't know. Yeah. And it's easy to look at someone who does have weaknesses and shun or just judge.
Right.
Quite frankly.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what the clothing brand is about too. For all the people that they were told they never could make it, all the outcasts, and all the the people that were shunned from, oh, you're nobody and stuff like that. I came for you. This is for you. And that's everybody, to be honest. Even if you have like in high school terms, you have the top football player and the top the princess or whatever, but they have. They're insecure about some stuff too.
Yeah.
So it's not like they got it all together. Nobody does.
Yeah. It's
So,
the human experience.
That's
Right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, the human experience. Yeah. What about family?
Family, glue. Glue. I'm not really close to my family. I was born on the ninth child.
Okay.
So, and there's a big age gap.
Mhm.
So a lot of times my brothers and sisters feel like aunts and uncles, but they still glue. They're still my glue, you know. And then my nieces and nephews, they feel like, you know, cousins.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're still glue. No matter if we don't talk every day or something like that, but I still remember what they done for me.
Yeah, you're connected.
Definitely.
And I think that everyone, I mean, we're wired to want to be connected.
Right,
Or
yeah.
to be connected and have
Mhm.
that, you know, even though some people, you know, think that isolating, and there's times for quietness and
Oh
stillness.
yeah, definitely.
But, you know, I think that we're designed to connect.
Yes.
And we have
Mhm.
to, I heard one motivational speaker, she's actually a psychiatrist, Valerie Burton, one of my favorite authors. And she was saying that, and she studied, this is a study,
Mhm.
and that we need a human connection at least 6 hours a day
I can see that. Yeah.
in order to be healthy.
Right.
Emotionally and be healthy. It doesn't mean, you know, you're just in someone's face or you're on social media, you know, 6 hours straight, but just 6 hours a day with
Right.
family or
Mhm.
hug. We need to hug each other more.
Yeah, exactly.
That touch.
Right. Yeah. And as you know, as men, we kind of like, oh, but I kind of try to make it cool where I give you a handshake and then I'll pull you in for a hug because we do need that.
I seen you on in an Instagram where you know you were doing it, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is a person who knows his assignment,
Right,
and is doing
right.
and
Yeah.
doing his assignment. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know where you were, but I mean, I seen that you were like you really.
Mm-hmm.
serious
Yeah, I give people
about-
hugs all the time. Other man too. I will hug somebody. You know, it's the love.
Yeah,
It's the love. And you know what's funny? A lot of us never been embraced as kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us didn't have, you know, that touch, that hug, that, you know what I'm saying? And it is important.
And you can get conditioned with that too.
Yeah.
I try to because especially with my A-type personality,
Mhm.
you know. And you're right. I mean, I've gotten hugs. I want to say I've gotten hugs from my family or my mom's a big hugger. Boy, I tell you. some of my friends like, if you didn't get hugged, you got a pat hug.
Oh man.
But you know, as the entrepreneur spirit in me, I had to make sure that I stop and like give me a hug. you know.
Yeah, it's important.
Life can get you in that mode,
Right.
to where it's go go go.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm glad we're reminding each other that.
That's it.
we're
That's it.
Hopefully, reminding the world.
Got to.
You know, stop and hug and take a moment.
Yeah, smile. Even a smile will save a life.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
So, you know, with the family, you said that you are one of 9.
Yeah, I'm the last of 9.
Last of 9,
Yeah.
baby boy.
The baby.
The
Yeah.
baby boy. Are you born and raised in Houston?
Yeah, Southeast Side, Houston, it's a neighborhood, Manchester. That's
Manchester.
the name of the neighborhood.
Okay. So, you're married.
I am.
Okay. Your wife's name is
Norma.
Norma.
Yeah.
And do you have children?
I do. We have 2 boys and I have a girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What are their names?
She's Diamond, and then we got Armando and Anthony.
Oh, Anthony Jr. Oh, no, you're Andrew. Just
Yeah,
yeah.
Everybody says that though. Everybody, Junior.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah, he's Andrew. Everybody, they still confuse that.
What's wrong with this? What are we thinking?
Yeah.
I want to know, what is your favorite quote?
Oh man, you know I quote Dr. Gary Allenese all the time, right? So do I have to pick one? You know what I'm gonna? I usually quote Dr. Miles Monroe too.
Oh, yeah.
When people say,
Miles Monroe.
well, what's his purpose? And he says, you know, I'm here to teach, you know, other people, to teach other people to be agents of change.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't know you knew Miles Monroe.
Oh,
like
yes.
that. Yeah, I chauffeured him.
Yes.
We have conferences. Well, we had conferences when he came
Oh, wow.
and stuff like that. So I got to chauffeur him, and we had a moment, me and him, and he even spoke into my life. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I love Dr. Miles Monroe. I definitely hadn't been as close and as personal, but I have followed and been under his teaching with his books and also, you know, some his media, TVs.
Yeah. Well, he actually
Go ahead.
saved my marriage. Actually.
Really?
Yeah, because Dr. Gary Elanese is my mentor, and he told me one day, he goes, "Hey, do you know Dr. Miles Monroe?" I said, "Let me look for him right now." I said, "And I will." He goes, "Man, check him out." So he did. Dr. Miles Monroe got a series, and it's on YouTube. The purpose of man, the purpose of husband, the purpose of sons, the purpose of of what men, the titles of men. So me and my wife were arguing, right, all through the night, all through the morning, and stuff like that. And I'm listening to him on what a man is supposed to be like. And then, so I give her a phone call, and I said, "Hey, it's me." And I start telling her what I'm listening to and what I learned, because his stuff would make me stop and be, wow.
Yeah, he's insightful.
Yeah, so she got quiet, and I thought she still wanted to fight because she's not listening to me. So I said, "Man, are you even there?" Right? And then she was like, "I'm crying."
Oh, wow.
And I said, "What you crying for?" She goes, "You don't know how long I've waited for you to say that."
That is something.
Yeah, and I got to tell him that. And he's like, "Oh, wow." So we had a moment. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So.
I do motivational speaking. I work with young ladies and young girls, and I was just thinking, there's a lot of information out there for women to motivating and empowering women, but I would love to see the elevate
More.
on the men's side.
Yeah.
And hearing you now, speaking of Dr. Monroe, Miles Monroe is his name. I can see where he's there, motivating men.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he, had those resources there.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. And it's very important. I learned so much just like reading his books and his YouTube videos and stuff like that on how to be a man. It just makes so much sense. Like I was doing it wrong my whole life.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He's definitely got some tools. Now, I'll tell you the one that I remember. Some of the key wisdom that he's given. If you do not know the purpose of something, you'll abuse it.
Abuse is inevitable.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know the purpose of a chair, you abuse it or
you
misuse it.
Yeah, and it's abuse.
And it goes right back to when you gave the illustration about the assembling.
Right.
A box or a bike. I'm sorry.
Right.
Assembling a bike. If you don't read it in the instructions,
you'll never put it together.
You'll know the use for it. It's in the mind of the creator.
Right.
Do you remember hearing that?
I do.
Oh yeah, that stuck with me.
Yeah. I do.
Okay. What do you? I've been thinking again. Here I go thinking. I've been thinking about the word success. It's been out here in mainstream now. People want to know in striving for success, want to know what success, defining the success and what it means to them and sharing what it means. How do you define success?
Success to me is when you help others to win.
Okay.
When other people are winning because of you, that's success to me, because that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to reach everybody, because when I was growing up, I was always told I was a bum. I was always told I wasn't no good. And at 8 years old, my mom would take me to school, and we would have to pass this underbridge.
Okay.
And even at 8 years old, I would look and I would see, well, where am I going to sleep at? Because I'm a bum.
Really?
I'm going to be about 8 years old. And I told this to my therapist, and it looked like she wanted to cry. Because she was like, at 8 years old, I'm already thinking, I'm going to be a bum. I'm a bum. This is it. So where am I going to live? I think I'll sleep over there, under there. It looks warm, and that was my mentality. So at 8 years old, I was already thinking that way. And I meet a guy named Santos Ramirez. And he was like the bus ministry at the church. So he would come pick me up, and we'll go to church. And then I just heard about a king that loved me, a king that would do anything for me. And I was really into superheroes, as a kid. I'm a boy, right? So I would see, Hercules, and I would see Incredible Hulk, and I would see, so I was always for the, So he made Jesus sound like a superhero, you know what I mean? So I wanted more of that. And I started going like Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday. And I was learning scripture and I was learning, and even the other kids were like, man, hey, who's your mom and dad? I'm like, oh, they're at home. They don't come here. They would freak out. They're like, hey, you don't have to be here. Like, we have to be. We're drug here. You want to be here? I said, dude, the stories, you know what I'm saying? It was just like superheroes, and I could envision it. And sometimes I would, I would want to stay in the main service. I didn't want to go to the kids' class. I wanted to stay in the main service and really listen to the depth of who this man was. And then adolescence hit, I lost my dad. He was always sick and he was blind from diabetes. So he never got to see me like play sports or anything like that. So, that hit 92. I was like 13. And I started selling drugs. A lot of people from the neighborhood said, like, they're older than me and they knew my dad because my dad was one of the dads that used to play football with the kids outside, play basketball with them, take them to games and stuff like that until he got sick. But I never knew him like that. They knew him like that. So they're like, man, we remember your dad, man. He was cool. If you ever need anything, come holler at me. And then I'm willing to take care of you. And that's when I got swallowed by the street. And I told a lot of people, man, they didn't love you. A lot of people say they don't love you, the street don't love you. But that's how we showed love. Yeah. That's really how we did it. We didn't know how to love. Yeah. And that right there was really showing love.
Yeah. I mean, it was unorthodox and troublesome, but it was the family. Yeah. Some people think fighting with their wife is love. Like, I love her so much, we fight every time. Like, that's not right. Yeah. We just been, miscommunicated, Just, mishandled,
Yeah, definitely.
So, but that's interesting because I'm back at it just goes to show that at a very young age, you can create a mindset.
Right. And stick to it.
And some kids are dealing with just that belief system, how it happens at a very, it can happen.
Yeah.
It does happen at a very young age.
I mean, you see these young kids doing TikTok videos. I seen a 6-year-old with a gun and stuff like that, and a 6-year-old, and he in his mind and the stuff he could barely speak, and the stuff he is speaking is profanity and a lot of lust and a lot of stuff that a 6-year-old shouldn't know about, but he's already speaking his future and he's getting groomed.
Yep, that's why we do it, right?
That's why we do it.
That's why we do it. You know that you're not. We're not going to be able to save the world, but you will be able to reach many.
Right.
Yeah, that's why we do it. I don't know why that went off. Thanks for sharing that. So, with your brand, again, it's a message for you. Mm-hmm. It is a message. What else have you been doing with your brand? I know you had a toy drive.
We had a toy drive yesterday. Church 633. Okay. Yeah, Church 633. Dr. Gary Allenese is the main pastor there. Okay. So we collected so many toys, and I'm gonna tell you this. We didn't get funded by a few businesses, so we thought that we weren't going to get as much as last year, because last year was our first year, so we were kind of nervous, But the Houston people in Houston, that other businesses that they just gave in, like Living Water, they gave like TVs and video games, and then there's another company ran by a good friend of mine, Chris, right? So Kingdom Remodels, I think is the name. And they helped out with like a dump truck full of toys. It's like, so we were going yesterday, we were passing out gifts, and man, the line was like thousands of people. Really? Right. And the line was and I'm looking at, ours, we're passing them out, we're trying to keep it, as neat as possible. And in my mind, I'm thinking, we're not going to make it. We're going to have to tell people to go away. I'm looking at these tables and they're getting empty, and the line is just getting longer, it seems like. But it's funny, we didn't run out. Wow. We kept like giving toys. I'm like, how did this work? Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, logically, it shouldn't have worked. Like, we should have stopped a long time ago. but the line just kept coming, and people kept coming, and they just kept leaving with toys, and people. So it was just like an eye opener to me. Like,
sounds like it.
yeah, like you doubted. Why are you still doubting?
Yeah.
You know what God can do.
Yeah.
So that's for, and I needed to see that because we're gonna start a new year, and I need to learn like not even a speck of doubt. Take that out of your head. I mean, I know enough not to speak it. Like, I'm not gonna say, I don't think we're gonna have enough toys. I'm not gonna speak that. But even thinking that, I want to erase that doubt.
Yeah, you're challenging that.
But man, the kids were smiling. They won bikes, and man, you know, I didn't do too much recording or taking pictures of. I just enjoyed the moment, you know, because these kids were laughing and thank you, Merry Christmas. Santa Claus came out. They went crazy. So it was a good time. It was a good time. A lot of work.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, and then as you're speaking, some people, would think that Christmas is really just become commercialized.
Yeah.
I remember my dad. He made magical moments for us. So we, I'm from the north, Midwest, and we get snow.
Right.
And we used to go sledding.
Oh, that's
my dad used to take us sledding down the hills, and we would go every year and go through the woods and chop the trees down.
Okay.
My dad was at one point he's a cattle rancher, and also he ran horses.
Oh, wow.
So, okay, you want to hear about it?
Yeah.
We would have the sled on back of the horse.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's cool. Yeah.
It was cool. We layered up with our snow gear and so on, but we were bouncing up and down with the tree, so we had those moments. Again, people would say,
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you, that I know what you're going through. I know things aren't easy, but you still show up. I wonder if you know that we can get help, that we don't have to go through this alone. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Here you go.
thank you.
Thank you.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Hey everyone, we are back. You have tuned into the Linzie Show, and I have been talking with my good friend Andrew Rodriguez with Red Ink and Clarke. Hey, it's been real. You've been telling us your story and how you come from humble beginnings to understanding your vision in life to full circle now, moving without any doubt or hesitation about what your purpose is in this life and what you're called to do.
Right.
Yeah. So, tell the audience how your transformation started, because you had some bump in the roads. You've had the journey that you traveled.
Yeah, definitely. The changing point was, So I signed for 15 years in prison, and I did 8.5 on it. And then after 5 years, playing the system and stuff like that, I came to the realization that I was tired. I was just tired of being tired. And then I started like, you know what, I'm going to start trying to better myself. I'm going to start trying to start taking more classes and stuff like that in the penitentiary, because you have to try to rehabilitate yourself. They don't have like, they have programs and stuff like that, but it's always attached to parole. So I started doing like cognitive classes and parenting classes and stuff like that to try to better myself. But it just hit me one day when my mom had came to see me. She came to see me and she was like, are they feeding you well in here? And I'm like, not really. And she was like, are you comfortable in here? Is it are you comfortable? And do you like it in here? And I'm like, no, what are you getting at with this? And she was just like, why you keep leaving me?
Yeah.
Like, why can't you just stay out? You know what I'm saying? And I knew that I had a lot of trauma that I had to, that why do I want to go, and that's why I was almost afraid of even making parole, because I didn't want to hurt my family by coming back in. So, I hit up an old mentor of mine, and he hooked me up with Gary Albanese. He was like, there's a man named Gary Albanese, a young preacher, when you get out, I want you to talk to him and see him and stuff like that. And a lot of times in my life, I always had to have an example of what a man, is, because I really didn't, I had the wrong example of what men was. Yeah, so, even when I was playing football in high school, my coach was like, and I told my coach, I said, I'm going to quit playing football. And he was like, well, why? Why would you want to do that? And in my mind, like, so I could sell dope, it's like to make some money and stuff like that. But I wanted to tell him that. And he was just like, man, Rodriguez, you really don't see it, do you?
Yeah.
Then later on, I ended up going to boot camp for, being locked up and stuff. And there's a drill instructor named Drill Instructor Hardy. And it was a 3-month program, and I had to do it in 6 because I wouldn't pay attention. I wouldn't, like, follow the program, the program.
Nice.
But, the platoon after me that I was supposed to have been in graduated. And I went to another platoon, and that's where Drill Instructor Hardy was at. And, he led by example. He, instead of telling me to do a push-up, he did down and do it himself. Like, he was real fit. And I looked up to him, and I came from the worst of worst to being a line leader now. And he would always brag on that because, because of me, he's, a squad leader and so on and so forth. And he asked me at the end of the day, he was like, at the end of the program, he's like, so what's up, Tommy, man? What are you going to do out there? And I said, I don't know. And he was like, I frustrated. He's like, hey, you still don't see it. You still don't see who you are yet.
Wow.
And I was, and I would love to say that was the last time I was in jail, but that's where it really began. I was always in and out, in and out, in and out. And then, even in my last bid, there was a CO. His name was Carter. Mr. Carter.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't like working with him because he did a lot of hard work. There was a lot of hard work out there. And he would tell me, he's like, Rodriguez, there's nothing wrong with some hard work, And
now this is why you're incarcerated and
right.
you have work time. Is that
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I'm in the outside guard, so I get to go outside and I get to, and we're cutting grass and stuff. But,
okay.
But the first time, he told a group of us, start that lawnmower and check the oil. And we kind of looked at each other like, you know how to do that? You know how to do that? Because a lot of times she teaches that. It's your dad that teaches you that. But I didn't have, to teach me how to turn on or how to cut grass. So he comes back here, he's yelling at us, oh, yeah, they turn it on, yeah, that's what y'all turn it on. And we're just talking, we don't know how to turn it on. And then he kind of like hit him. He's like, y'all come over here, let me show you how to do it. And he showed me a lot of, outside work and stuff like that. And what really, changed my mind about him was, he went and he started like cutting this wood, this piece of wood, and it wasn't cutting. And we were all like, "This Clarke ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna cut it. It's so hard, that. And even the other police around were like, "Hey, he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it." So I'm still looking at him like, "Man, what a big waste of time," And I started seeing it crack, and I started seeing it cut. I'm like, oh man, he's doing it, you know what I mean? And he broke it, and then he was like, oh, I was to myself, you know what, if he can do it, a 70-year-old man, I can do it. And after that, man, he just started calling me Paul Bunyan because, man, I wanted to do what he did.
Yeah.
And I had a chance to go to the store, which is the commissary, in there, to work in there, which is a better job. But I asked him, since you're retiring, can I stay out here with you? And he goes, want to stay out here with you? I'm retiring in a couple of months. I said, yeah, can I stay out here with you till then? And he was like, yeah, you can. He goes, yeah, you can. And after that, he knew what I wanted, and he was just pouring into me, you know. And every example that I took from a man, they had to lead by it. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally did get out of jail, I looked for Gary Alaniz, and when he spoke, man, he just something woke up in me. You know, every time he spoke on a Sunday, on a Wednesday, on a Sunday, I was like, man, I wanted more. This is a man I want to be like. And I was still out of myself. You know, I was happy getting like low position jobs and stuff like that. And that's why I finally got, you know, hired at a car dealership. And I was kind of proud. I'm like, I'm working at a car dealership. And I'm a porter. And there's this guy named Frank, and he knew how to, you know, he knew how to make money. He was a real entrepreneur. He knew how to take 15 cents and make $1 out of it. So he asked me one day, he goes, hey, Andrew, what do you do for work, if you don't mind me asking? And I said it proudly, I'm a porter. And he said, a porter? He goes, what do you mean? And I said, a porter at the car dealership, I move cars. And he goes, oh, no. He's like, what do you sell the cars? And I said, nah, I'm not going to. I'm a porter. You know what I mean? Y'all proud of me. Yeah. And he said, there's so much out there for you. He goes, why don't you go sell some cars? Go sell some another month. And then after that, and he just kept, hey, Andrew, you sell another month yet? Man, you sell. And it got embarrassing. Like, I don't see myself. Like, I don't got that in me. So I started kind of dodging him, you know? And then he ended up having a stroke, and he was in a wheelchair. And he came back to the church. And everybody's in line just waiting to say hi to Brother Frank. So he gets to me, and he looks at me, and he musters up some strength, right? Because he can't move. And I hear he's ready to talk, so I kind of lean in. And he says, you said some another one here. And I thought to myself, even in your position, you worry about me. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to go on marching every Monday. I'm going to tell my mom to be salesman of the month. I want to be a car salesman. I go in there, and they were like, man, it's about time. We wanted you to, man, you did a quarter for 1 month. We wanted you to sell car. Your personality, you got it. But I never seen it for myself. Yeah. After that, I started winning salesman of the month. I started, I did it 3 in a row. Wow. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe I do got this. Maybe I am somebody. Maybe I do, you know. And of course, I honored them for always, like, you know, speaking into my life and stuff like that. So after that, man, you know, I started the clothing brand. I started it in 2010, but I left it alone because I'm like, man, I need to find a real job, you know, and I need to do that.
But that was there. So while you were doing the salesman a month, you started the clothing brand?
No, I started in 2010.
It was in your mind to do.
Right, I always wanted to do it.
When you were incarcerated,
right.
You had that vision.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, yeah, because there's a funny story about clothes to talk to you, right? And one day I'm at the mall, and this is when I'm in high school, and I'm at the mall, and I want to change my life, but I just can't. You know, I don't see myself. You know, I didn't have to drive, and I heard. You know, I'm at the mall picking out some clothes, a little picnic, barbecue that they got going on. And I heard a girl behind me singing an old song that I remember. And I said, man, I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. And it said, look. And I said, I'm not going to do that. It was a couple. And I turned around and I looked, and it was a hand on the shirt. It was a hand with a nail print in it. And it said, choose today who you will serve. And it spoke to me. Right. And I remember that. So I know clothes speaks to people. Okay. So, you know, I started the clothing brand.
That's pretty wild.
And, oh, man, there's a lot of stories like that gives me goosebumps to this day. So I started the clothing brand in 2010, but I left it alone. I said, nah, I'm not done. So what I did was a few years later, which is like 2 years ago, I got a hoodie and I put some electric tape, like black tape, and I put red ink on it. Just give myself a visual of what it would look like. I tried it on, I took some pictures with it, I looked in the mirror, and then again, I thought to myself, who do I think I am? And And I took it off. And I threw it in the closet. And I said, man, sorry, clothes around me. Come on, man, that ain't gonna happen. So the next day was, Sunday, and when my pastor got up there before the music even stopped, he started just getting in there, just like yelling in the microphone, like, y'all know that dream that you had. He goes, that don't let you sleep, that you constantly think about. He goes, take it out of the closet and give it to the world. And that's what I want to do. I want to take that out, and that's what I did. Like, I did that. I brought it. I had a garage sale.
That was your message.
That was my message. That was straight for me.
That's what you've done.
Yeah. So I did a garage sale. I made $300 off of that, and that was my first try.
Okay.
Yeah. So after that, man, it's been on.
It's been on. That was when you decided taking that leap.
Yeah, definitely.
Entrepreneurship is you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what would you tell someone that? I know that you had several people speak into your life as you went on, and do you believe that has shaped you to?
Of course.
Just having those people
Yes.
there, you see it. I know you see it now.
Yeah.
What about those who have children and they're there and they're trying to steer their son or their daughter and they're not listening? What would you say to a family or a parent?
I would definitely
From
say,
your experience, having your experience.
I would say it takes a village, and it takes a village to raise them, because it was just me and my mom at the time. And the village that I chose was the street, and they raised me. The guys that spoke into my life, they're different. They're a part of a different village, but they were there. And I would definitely say, man, hook up with the church. The church I go to is Church 633. So either hook up with the church where there's men that is willing to serve and really willing to help out and stuff like that, and we'll help raise your child. So there's a lot of single mothers there, and us as men, when we become father figures, you know what I'm saying? So they'll get attracted to either him, me, or and we'll help mold them, and we'll help show them that the king they are. We'll help show them that the role of their royalty. We'll help show them that they're more, and that's what the clothing brand stands for, and that's what I want to tell the youth and to the young adults and stuff like that. What's your passion? What do you have in you? Like, what do you have that and I'm going to tell you, like he told me, give it to the world. The world is waiting on it. Don't cheat the world. You know what I'm saying? We're hungry for what you have. What if Michael Jackson would have, killed himself back when he was in depression? He would have never gave us the Thriller album. He would have never gave us, Bad. He would never gave us, what I'm saying, or even anybody else. Like when they died before the time. Dr. Miles Monroe said the richest place on earth is the graveyard, because a lot of people die with what they were supposed to give to the world. And that's what I stress so much. I give it to the world. Because what if I did die and I didn't leave anything? And the people that tell me thank you for making it, what would they be?
Right.
Thank you for making it.
Making it and the story behind it and the inspiration behind it, because that's why we're here.
Right.
We're here to share your vision and your story and your triumphs and the path that it took to get you here right now.
Right.
To be okay with it through now.
Yeah, exactly.
If no one knew your story, they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's what I tell people, man. Like, I'll look at the sunset, I'll look at the sun, and people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just enjoying the moment. Like, I'm loving life, And it isn't because, now, as far as being successful or anything like that, because I started living life even in prison. Like, I'm like, wow, I'm alive. And I thank God for my brain, because a lot of people say, that's real creative, I like that, and that came from my brain. And that's why I thank God for it. Thank God for what you do have. A lot of people want to complain what they don't, but thank God for what you do, and man, let's make more of it.
Yeah, you would think too. A lot of people have have ideas. I mean, when you talk about people who are incarcerated, everyone is pretty much thought of as all the same mentality.
Right.
They're not going to transform.
Right.
They're not going to rehabilitate.
Yeah.
It's that mindset. we know that some don't, but then you said it took how many years to get you?
At least 5.
At least 5.
Because when people ask me, did you really have to do 8.5? Yes, I did. Because if I just stopped at 5, I probably would have came on and did the same thing. And that's why I do a lot of helping with the guys that are locked up now. I got 2 guys that, one he sent me his art, and I went to an art show this weekend, and the guy over the art show, his name's Donkey Boy, and he said, next art show, I want you to bring his stuff for free. You just come and you set up. So, you know, my man's been in jail doing this artwork. He sends it to me, and I get to give it to the world.
Oh, wow.
You know, and I'm willing to do that for them. But they gotta, when they get out, they gotta keep it going. And then I got another guy, we're gonna make a t-shirt of him because he used to be a rapper, you know, in the 90s and 2000s. And he ended up getting locked up. So, and he's been locked up ever since. And I told him, look, man, if you really want to change, you really want to do this, look, we'll do a collaboration, and then we'll drop it, and it's, you know, we'll bring you back out.
So we know that, you know, that there's various reasons why people come out and not be able to stay in the courts or even, you know, get a footage.
Right.
One, it sounded like for you when you said it was mindset.
Just the mindset.
It was the condition, just had to peel away all of that was there.
That built on.
And then for those who are ready to come out, I would think, and it's the support, having the channels.
Definitely. Yeah, you need a lot of support. But then again, support somebody else when you get out. And I know it's like, how? He just got out of jail. No, you know what? Help. Help with anything you can. See, it's funny when I say talk about cutting grass and stuff like that. That's what I did for the church. Like, I cut their grass. Like, I clean their bowls, their you know, toilet bowls and stuff like that. Anything you can do, help. And watch how God will start working in your life. Anything you can do for God, He's going to do for you, right? So, when you get out, and I tell these people when they get out of jail, plug yourself in. Plug yourself in where all the positivity. Yeah, and don't give up. And sometimes you gotta encourage yourself. Yeah, like, you know, like he did that. Yeah, sometimes you gotta go to that mirror. I am such and such. I am who I am. I am this. I am this. And then wipe that tear and go back out there. You know, sometimes you gotta do it yourself. And a lot of people want the entitlement and want to blame other people. What to so. Yeah, I'm sorry. You all got a hard story. Get back up. Right. Get back up. You're still bleeding and breathing. Get back up. Right. You know, sometimes you do gotta encourage yourself. Don't feel sad about it. Write it out.
That's right. Get up. I mean, even in life, it comes.
Yeah, and that's where people that have been locked up or squares that never been under such, they still gotta encourage themselves.
Gotta hang in there.
Everybody, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta get up there, rest when you need to rest. Right. You take a moment, but
never give up.
Don't, because you can get to a place of where it becomes easier to live.
Right.
You know, sometimes in living life will bring you to where it's hard, the next step hard. But then when you get to a certain level, or a certain point, I should say level, but a certain point in life becomes easier because it is, you know what it takes.
And you gotta be thankful. Like, thankfulness is a seed for more. So just be thankful for what you have. Like, man, I mean, you know, I don't really expect you to eat soups for the rest of your life or anything like that. But hey, that's what it takes for a little while to do that. Yeah,
I agree.
Do that.
I agree. Then you're just part of the building.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would say to the audience?
Just don't ever give up. I know it's Christmas time and a lot of people, you know, suicides are up. Always in the, you know, in the holiday season. Depression. But I tell you what, man, I love you. If you ain't had nobody else to say that, man, I love you. And I'm fixing to do whatever I need to reach out to everybody that don't feel love, to every underdog, to everybody that felt that they're counted out. So I know I was on that end too. But I'm here to tell you, man, we can do it. And let's do it together. We ain't alone. Stop thinking that you're alone. You're not. Even you know, people that are single, all alone. You're not alone. You're just single. So you're never alone. And I just want everybody to know, never give up. Never give up on it. I know it sounds cliche, but if I can do it, y'all definitely can do it. We can do it. And let's do it together.
That's up. That's what's up. goodness, what's up? You said that your mom purchased your first T-shirt.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Oh man, that felt amazing. I know she was doing like, you know, kids sell candy from the school and your mom's gonna buy one too. But she was really like, man, and she kind of blew me out. I like, yeah, I love it, I love her, you know. And I was like, oh, I don't want Mom, it's an honor, I'm an honor. She's like, no, I'm paying for it. And she was my first sale.
Oh, she was your first sale.
Yeah.
Well, that was a real moment for her because she walked through it with you.
Definitely. And you know, she can't say without crying. Because she was like, man, like I was saying earlier when we were all playing, I learned how to cook during COVID. So when I baked her like an apple pie from scratch, she was like, I can't believe the stuff that you learned. Like you didn't know anything, you know what I mean? You just knew how to do the dirt.
Yeah.
But now look at you, you're cooking this, you're doing that, you're helping the community. And it's just like, just to get her approval makes me, you know.
Yeah, to see her finally relaxed.
Right.
You know, as a mother, and if you're a mother's mother, you know, just to give that gift to your family, to your parents, to your children.
And not just that, she tells other, you know, other mothers that their kids are locked up, they go to her. They go to her, they have coffee with her, and we need to talk. And she was like, pray for them. I pray for mine every day, every night, and every day, and every night. That's what you're supposed to do. And she'll mentor them on how to get through, how did your boy do it?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just teaching one to teach one to reach one.
Success story.
Yeah.
That's a success, man.
Yeah.
It's a success in so many ways because it's life. You know, it's you only get one chance at it, man.
Right.
You know, you only get one chance at it. Well, you guys, we've said a lot. You know, I really appreciate again you coming on because you have encouraged me today. You know, and I know that you have encouraged the audience as well. How can we reach you at Ready Care?
So the website we're working on it, we're trying to revamp it, and we're going to be letting that out in January, probably mid-January. But for right now, on Instagram, you can reach me at redink _713.
Red Ink,
So
that's
it's
it.
redink _713.
Yeah. All right. So in you, we talked about you have women, men. You are up for because soon hopefully do some fashion shows.
It's coming up.
Yes,
It's
so
coming
can't
up.
wait. The fashion shows. You're up for public speaking.
Yes.
You will go to schools.
Go to schools and
and
pass out backpacks is what we did. And through the networking, like, hey man, could you come over here, help out? And definitely all day.
mentor in that way. So if anyone, and you should, because you see how authentic his Andrew's story is, and not just story, his life has been. And once you go through something, I feel like you have the power to be able to make change. You know, it's not just a talk.
Yeah, no, I can break it down even more now. Like, before, if I would have been, I would have believed it. But now I can do anything. I don't even like to fly. You know what I mean? I can do anything I want to do.
And what you have been received and come through would definitely be able to impact and empower someone else's life. So please call my friend Andrew for any public speaking engagement, and also to be there to give some guidance, and not just young, but older as well.
I mean, it took me, I was in my 30s before I realized who I was. You know, so yeah, sometimes it ain't just the kids, the adults too. And that's why I'm trying to reach out to, because like I said before, I grew up with the prostitutes, the pimps, the alcoholics, the drug addicts, the drug dealers, the stick-up kids, and I still love them too. Like, I go back there and still like hug on them, love on them too. They're still my family, they're still my people.
Yeah.
And I tell them too, like, hey man, they're like, man, we're proud of you, and it means a lot. But I let them know too at the same time, you can be proud of yourself. And just come over here with me and let's do it.
Right.
Just let's leave that whole life alone. And a lot of, you know, from the neighborhood have joined me. And like just like yesterday when we passed out toys, and I had some childhood friends there. And it means a lot because I remember where we were to where we at now. And I'm hanging the rest till I got the whole neighborhood. I hanging the rest till I got the whole city. I hanging the rest till I got the whole state. I hanging the rest till I got the whole world. knowing that red ink brings hope.
Red ink brings hope. Yes, I'm over here just all inspired in, because I'm sitting here, I feel it,
Yeah.
and not only that, you see it, you can go to your site and you can just see it, especially, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, just, you were there embracing, the people there, and just, just connected, saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm willing and I'm open to life in a whole new way.
Yeah, and if anybody that wants, because it's the holidays, so if you want, hey man, can you write my son in jail, or can you, I do that too.
You do that too?
Yeah, like I still write people when I was in there with, that's a woman coming home. So I write them and I send them pictures and they're rooting for me. And it's great, because even in the penitentiary, they have, because we get white t-shirts, and a lot of them will put red ink on their thing, and they're like, man, I'm rocking my boy's band. Just because they can't get it in there, that means they can't represent it. So they put it on themselves with a marker or whatever,
So it goes right back to what I know we're closing, but this goes right back to what we said in the beginning. It is a movement.
It's a movement. You're not supporting a small business. You're investing in the movement. Every time you buy a shirt, a hat, a hoodie, anything that you buy, you're investing in the movement.
That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
That's awesome. Well, yes, you heard it, and I'm invested. I'm so glad that we crossed paths, and I'm so glad that you have trusted me with your story, and to be on my show today, my platform today, with all that you have to offer and all that you are doing. So with that being said, we're here every Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time with amazing people in the world making big differences and building life and just groundbreaking situations and stories here. So tune in again. This is the Ella Linzie Show, and this is my good friend Andrew Rodriguez with Red Ink. See you later. I think we did it that time.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.